and welcome to a new episode of IT Conversations. This time it's kind of a special episode because I'm very honored to introduce to you the guest of today's episode, which is John Vigeant, CEO of Login VSI. John, welcome.
Thank you, Johan. We're excited to be here and talk about our partnership.
And that's the main theme of the episode because we've been partnering, and our viewers probably have seen one of the videos that we recorded so far, but we've been partnering for a while, but now we're going to make it official, right? It's also on the screens here. What is it that we're going to make official today?
Today we're going to launch our partnership with ITQ, talk about the solutions we're bringing to market for customers around performance testing, automated testing, and a set of services from ITQ that can augment that for lots of end users in Europe.
Yeah, and I think one thing that makes me really proud about this partnership is that ITQ was commonly known as, a partner that had a one single focus on everything VMware. We know what happened with the Broadcom acquisition, Omnis spinning off, and along the way we also found out that we're kind of changing as a company as well. What we want to bring to our customers is value. Independent of the type of technology that you use. And we're strongly seeing that the focus of the customer is not just on a digital workspace. It's also on being in control of what's happening. It's being adaptive to changes. And this is one of those aspects of our partnership with Login VSI where we think bringing that value to customers is something that's, I won't say easily done, but you can immediately notice it. And all of the response we had so far about the things that we showed at customers, the customers that we already work with them, combined and show that value, really, the value really stands out. Yeah, so John, let's kind of dive into the challenge that we see in the market. Because Login VSI has a solution called Login Enterprise, and I think, there's multiple different kind of challenge that we can solve with Login Enterprise. Let's dive a little bit into those challenges.
Yeah, so what we see today, historically people would note us for scale or load testing and solutions like that, but our solution is far beyond that today and really addressing key challenges customers have today and beyond. So those challenges are around rate of change, and that rate of change is driven a lot by security requirements, security updates, vulnerability updates, new security tooling, agents. I'm deploying a new DLP or EDR. I have application updates nonstop. Maybe I'm updating my apps on a frequent basis or AI enabling them, or perhaps just traditional operating system updates, either regular or significant updates to Windows 11 as an example. Maybe I'm replatforming to the cloud or to something like AVD. So this constant rate of change means as I deliver desktop experience and in my build process for delivery, to deliver that optimum experience, those enterprises want to test around performance, scalability, functionality, functional performance, and application performance. And that's really where we come in, and what we see today is that overall rate of change in a customer environment.
So you have an idea on what change rate you see and how you compare that to, let's say, 5 to 10 years ago?
Yeah, it can be as simple as we have a large telco customer who manages 10 images, who they update those images every month, and they need to quantify the performance changes each release cycle, look at the trend reporting, understand what's driving performance, scalability, application, responsiveness change, make adjustments accordingly, get ahead of potential issues, and reduce risk in their business as they deliver a desktop experience and deliver more resiliency. Another good example is around security. So we have a healthcare customer, large insurer in the US. They've been mandated to deliver updates from 35 days on security vulnerabilities down to 7. Now, really, the only way they can get to a 7-day window and release cycle for a new desktop experience is to embrace automated testing before they deliver that new experience. So whether that's physical, VDI, published application, Windows 365, Login VSI will support all those platforms, and of course, when you go to a large enterprise, you'll see it all.
Right. Yeah, I think that fully makes sense. But Now a customer might have purchased Login Enterprise. Now what? Because I think this is one of the things where a partnership really stands out. So a customer purchases licenses, they want it start. What should they do?
Yeah, so in the construct of working with ITQ, one of the benefits is the deep expertise, not just in virtualization, which has some of it at its core, but overall infrastructure, overall management, overall around performance. And the ITQ team is very uniquely skilled and has depth, right? So we're partnering, specifically choosing to partner with ITQ around bringing that expertise to our customers in the market together. So whether that be onboarding services, getting a customer from software to excellence, right? And what I would call, the P plus 90 or the purchase plus first 90 days, a set of onboarding services is available via ITQ. And that's whether it's setting up your test cases, setting up your ideal outcome, delivering your initial performance data around testing. ITQ is uniquely positioned to handle that from an onboarding services perspective. There's also ongoing. So from a consulting basis with ITQ, one of the benefits for us is being able to assist customers through the journey, through the release cycle, through replatforming, right? And so that can be many months, years of expertise that the customer can gain from ITQ that benefits Login VSI, but most importantly benefits our customer at the end. And there's a set of managed services ITQ offers that is very beneficial. So sometimes customers want all the benefits of automated testing, but may not have the staff or the expertise to realize it. And so the benefit of partnering with ITQ is the ability to offer this as a managed service, right? Whether it's application managed service or image managed service. So we're excited about that.
I couldn't have said it better, John, but I kind of want to dive into some of the use cases that you see at customers, or things that you see in the market that might require a solution like this. So what are some of those typical use cases?
Yeah, sort of the here and now. You have a lot of changes in infrastructure. You mentioned, the VMware hypervisor changes in licensing, so people are looking at replatforming that to Azure or another platform. You have the need to move to Windows 11 this year for most customers with end of life. So those are some sample examples where the here and now for customers are making changes and making evolution of their infrastructure and desktop delivery. That is a perfect insertion point for ITQ and Login VSI to embrace and help those customers.
Thank you so much. So in the next video, we'll dive a little bit more into the solutions that we co-created. If you'd like to know more about Login Enterprise and the service that we co-created, or how you are able to be in control of your application landscape, how you can shorten the time needed to drive changes in your application landscape, how you can become in control over the numerous of changes that you are nowadays forced to apply in your infrastructure, but also if you are moving on from one hyperscaler to another, or from one hypervisor to another, we can definitely help you get in control over those changes. So, John, thanks again for being a guest on this episode. Thanks again for the partnership. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.